What's up guys, it's Rat Collector back in another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my game collection. This is kind of a video that I've never made before. This is my 2026 game collection. I guess we'll call this video my 2026 game collection. As you can see behind me, you've got my games. I'm going to be going around to each cubby. I just made this game like space in my closet. This is actually my closet. It used to be a storage unit, I guess. Not storage unit, whatever you call it. I call it my storage unit. That's what I call it. I have all my stuff I don't use in there, like boxes and Hot Wheels from when I used to collect Hot Wheels a lot. But now I'm kind of moving over towards video games. I want to collect video games. I want to collect something that's going to increase in value. I realized that over the years, Hot Wheels have never really increased in value, so they're kind of just cool to have, like in general. They're cool to look at. Like, I still have a whole bunch of them. They're really cool to look at, but I've just kind of like, part ways with them. I want to really go towards video games more. So first we're going to look at my Game Boy collection, which is probably the thing I'm most excited about to show you guys. Okay guys, so this is my Game Boy collection. We're going to start off strong with what probably got me really into Game Boys. This is a Game Boy Color I have here. It's a blue Game Boy Color. I have batteries in it so I can show you guys how it works. But you guys might be looking at this thing. It's got some dust on it because I don't play it as much as I used to. But the reason that this thing got me into Game Boys was, I'll show you guys. So you might see the lights around here, the modded screen, and like the lights around the buttons, like I just said. It just is amazing, and this is like really what got me into Game Boy, because one day I guess I was at my uncle's house and we were doing something. I think we made an order of Game Boy Color stuff, and what you can do is you can go to websites and you can order the screen and the shell and the buttons and stuff. These are actually stock buttons that came with it, but and you can upgrade these Game Boy Colors and make them have a brighter screen. Like, I have a regular one over here, but I don't think it has batteries in it. But what happens is the screen, if you guys are all watching this video, you guys are probably collectors, but you know how the screen is normally darker and you have to go under a light to see it really. So it's pretty cool that you can buy these upgrades. So that's one thing I wanted to show you guys. Next off, I have another Game Boy Color. This is a clear Game Boy Color. This thing looks amazing. I've never really ever seen any of these before. I don't know if this is like a Japan exclusive or just one that nobody ever really sees, but this one is awesome. I think it's so cool that it's just a clear shell. I mean, I've never seen one like this before. I'm gonna have to go back and look it up online to see if there's any more, but yeah, I actually found this one in the wild. Next up, we've got, if we want to go down our clear route, I've got a clear Game Boy Pocket. I don't really remember how I got this. I think it was kind of this whole idea where I got the clear Game Boy Color, so I had to get a clear Pocket, and I love Pockets. It actually looks like it's got a replacement door back here, but that's okay. I think this thing, again, looks awesome. It's clear. It's a Game Boy Pocket. It's cool. Next up, because we're going down our Game Boy Pocket thing, I've got a red Game Boy Pocket right here. This thing is awesome. I mean, it's a Game Boy Pocket. What do you expect? Game Boy Pocket. Next, we got a green Game Boy Pocket. I'm just going to kind of go fast with these because we're getting into the same stuff. And a black Game Boy Pocket. The cool story about this is I bought this thing and it was like this lens was actually cracked. And the buttons, I think the buttons were like so worn down. There was a sticker over top of like half of it. This was all banged up. This was all scratched up here. I had to go ahead and clean up this entire Game Boy. So that was really cool. I cleaned this entire thing up, made this thing look amazing. Next, what I kind of skipped over was my Game Boy cleaning kit. I think I found this somewhere. I don't know if it still has it doesn't look like it still has a price tag on it, but this is a sealed Game Boy cleaning kit, which I thought was really cool. I found it at Too Many Games. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know how long ago it was, but I don't know. I really don't know. But it's sealed, and I think it's really cool because, I mean, you might come across it. I've never really ever seen a cleaning kit for Game Boy, but I'm sure they're out there. I mean, I've seen them, but not in the box. And again, it's in the box, but also sealed. It's not really worth that much, but the fact of it is just awesome seeing it because it's still sealed. So that's really cool. I tried to put it in the Game Boy case, but a Game Boy and all that other stuff case that goes around the cardboard, but it didn't fit. This is a different design box, I guess. Next, we're gonna go. Next, I've got a clear original Game Boy. I don't think I ever tried to turn. Maybe I tried to turn this thing on like once. I just think I got this for a really good deal. And I think it's really cool because, again, when do you really ever see a clear Game Boy like this? It's pretty cool. I'm not that big of a fan of the fatter Game Boys because I feel like they don't fit my hands as well as I like the. I actually really like the Pocket, but yeah. Let's go to the Game Boy Advance. So this is a Game Boy Advance. This is what I think this was my dad's Game Boy Advance for a while, and then I kind of just took it over. It's really still his, but I just have it in my collection, I think, for right now. Maybe one day I'll buy it off of him because it just sits in my collection all day. Yeah, this was in one of his storage closets, and when I was I would say 8 years old, I pulled it out and I started playing on it. I was like, this is so much fun. I can play Mario World, which was my favorite Mario game at the time, on this thing, which I thought was so cool. Next, this is probably the most recent vault I have yet. This is from Pixel Game Squad's Whatnot show. I went and bought this from them. It had a unlabeled game on the back of it. It's just some weird game. I don't really know what it is. It's like some kind of Barbie game. There's no battery back, and the reason why there's no battery back on this is because you have to take the on and off switch does not work, so the only way to turn it off is you have to pull out the batteries. So I think what happened was somebody got tired enough and they just pulled out the batteries because they got so tired of it. Next, we've got this Game Boy watch. I picked this up for $10. I've seen some listings. I've seen them once at Too Many Games, but people charge $100 for them. So I don't know how I got such a good deal on this. This is Nintendo. It says it all over it. It's pretty cool. Next, we have my Pocket, probably the Game Boy I play the most. I mean, there's no dust on this one for me to clear off. This one is my all-time favorite. When we're playing Game Boy, I'm going to this, even though it's black and white, my all-time favorite. It's got I don't know how to call it, silicone buttons. They're really I guess you could say soft touch buttons. And I love that about this. I mean, it's nice to play. It's got the modified screen. I don't think there's any batteries at the time, but yeah, the screen, it lights. It's IPS screen is in it, so that's pretty cool. Next, we've got this DMG right here. This has got a lot of dust on it. I never play this one, but this one's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't turn on. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it just does not work. So there's that. Next, we've got this Super Mario Bros. 3. This is just like Mario Bros. 3, as you guys know. It's just a lot brighter. I like the colors a lot more. The reason why I've got it in this acrylic case is because it's the cleanest game I've ever seen. I mean, I'm talking, there's no creases on the flip when you go to flip it up. It is so clean. Cleanest one I think I've ever seen. And I got it for a really good deal. When I bought it, I instantly put it in an acrylic case. It's just very clean. It looks like somebody carefully opened it up, took the game out, put it back, and just wrapped it up in bubble wrap and sat it in the best control in their house for years. It's amazing. Next, we're gonna work our way up to this. This is Tetris from Japan. I've got it in the box, and I went ahead and bought the Tetris in the box from it was somebody at Too Many Games I bought it from, and I figured I bought the regular version from somebody at Too Many Games, and I was like, well, I might as well buy the box because the box was only $40, so I bought the box. And these are all my Game Boy games. I'm not going to go through all of them because this video is going to take forever if I go through all of them, but you can see the ones that point out to me is Super Mario Land. Awesome game. I have that in the box. I've got Turtles Fall at the Foot Land, probably my all-time favorite, one of my favorite Game Boy games, I would say, besides a Pokemon. I've got Super Mario World and Super Mario Advance 2. That's because that's the game that kind of got me into the Game Boy Advance when I first picked it up and played it. Plus, it's a very fun game. We got Yoshi's Island. That's a fun game too. I just don't like when Mario cries. That's probably about it. Oh, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. That's a good game for Game Boy Color. Awesome, like Mario game. Nice to pair with your consoles if you're trying to sell something. Okay, so I think that about covers it. Well, one more thing, can't forget about this. This is autographs from all the people from Pixel Game Squad. I got their autographs when I bought this Game Boy Advance from the Whatnot show, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I want to include it in the video. Okay guys, so moving over to my NES collection, I've got all of my NES games here loose, all of my NES games in the box, and again, I don't have the biggest collection that I'm sure you guys are used to seeing from all those big creators. Now, I don't have that big of a collection, but I'm still going to show it to you. Now, we're going to start off really strong with Little Samson. So this game is probably one of the rarest games that I own, and I kind of just toss it around. Like, seriously, like I just throw it around and just like shove it into things, and you know, when I want to play the Nintendo, I just shove it into the Nintendo and I just play it, you know, like I just like rough around with it, throw it around and just play with it because it's a fake copy. Now you guys are probably sitting there like, oh my god, no, it's a fake copy, calm down. The real copy is in a very nice case. It's not mine, it's my dad's. My dad has the real copy. I got a fake one because I love Little Samson. It's probably my favorite game of all time. Love this game on NES. You guys can hate on me for being my favorite game, but it is, as you can see, fake. You can see the red right here. This is supposed to be green, plus it looks extremely fake. Did I fool any of you guys? Let me know in the comments. Cool game, fun. I've got all the other games like Zelda, Mario 3, Mario 2, Mario 1, Mike Tyson Punch-Out, Kirby, which is one of my favorite games. Also, totally rad. All those games that you guys saw me search for. I've got the Zelda in the box. I've got Mario 1, 2, 3 box. Kirby's Adventure in the box. Turtles on the box. You know, all stuff like that in the box. I've got a Nintendo right here, working, controller, just everything you could possibly really want to play on the NES. I mean, if you guys are interested in NFL football too, I've got that. Like, I've just got like the basic games. I'm sure that you guys all have these same games. Maybe not a fake copy of Little Samson. I love NES. I played a lot. I've actually got this one hooked up. Was playing it earlier. NES is fun. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. So we did NES. Now we got to do Super NES. Now, I don't have a lot of Super Nintendo games because I love Super Nintendo. I'm really just starting collecting and getting into, like, you know, other stuff. I've been stuck at Game Boy for so long because I love Game Boy. Like, that's probably my favorite, but now I'm starting to, like, move over. Like, you guys saw my Nintendo collection. I grew that a lot from the game conventions, but now I'm kind of moving over to the Super Nintendo. So one of the games that I picked up that's probably one of the more expensive games that I have in my collection is Sunset Riders. I mean, this game's like $100 game, but it's amazing. It's so much fun. It's like a run and gun game. I think I paid like, I think it was like $80. I don't know. It's in one of my YouTube videos that I had. I've got all the other games like X-Men, Super Mario. I've got some like Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, just basic stuff like that. Double Dragon, stuff like that. Yeah. Then coming over here, we've got my Super Nintendo with a Famicom controller because I cannot find a regular controller, which you guys are probably like, how the heck can you not find a regular controller? It's also because they're kind of expensive, and a Famicom works fine for me. Next, we've got our Super Game Boy. I love Game Boy, so that's kind of how I ended up with this. I actually got this before I got the Nintendo. So, I mean, Super Nintendo, so. For the box games, the only box game I have over here is, if I can get it out, Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues. This game, from the gameplay, I thought was like going to be a really fun game and cool game, but I realized that it's not that fun that I thought it was. It was a lot of like reading and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I thought it was just going to be running a gun, but you got to also find, like, you know, the puzzle way out of the area, and I did not like that. I like side scrolls. You just go this way, and that's the way you go. Working our way down the shelf, I can't really get in front of the camera, so I'm just going to stand behind it. This is my Nintendo Switch collection. In my last video that you guys saw, this was my 3DS collection, but I kind of forgot about Switch, if that makes sense. I kind of forgot about Switch, so that's kind of the reason why I didn't do it last episode. I kind of was into like the older stuff, but I realized that I've got to have Switch in one of these cubby things, so that's why I have it here. My most recent pickup that I have here is this Hunt Down Collector's Edition. I got this from Pixel Game Squad's whatnot. Picked it up for a really good deal, and it's one of my favorite games. That's why I picked it up. I had the regular version. I don't even know if it's in here. Is it in here? Yeah, I have the regular version right here. See, everything falls when I go to pick out a game. Regular version right here. I got this for my birthday one day. I would say that's my favorite game on Switch of all time is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I love that game. I have so many hours on it. That was like the only game I played through like a lot. Like I played through this game like 3 or 4 times, I think it was. It was a lot. I played through that game a lot. Nintendo World Champion NES Edition. That was a fun game. Picked up that collector's version. Pretty awesome. That pretty much does it for Switch. I like the older stuff better, so working our way over to my Wii and Wii U collection. This is about everything I have. This is all, I think half of this stuff is from yard sale pickups. Actually, it might be all of it from a yard sale pickup, so the only game I think is mine in here is Super Mario Bros. Wii, and Mario Kart Wii is like the only 2 games that I have. All the other stuff like Wii Fit, Wii Music, all that stuff, I probably should just get rid of because I don't play them that much. Stuff like that I'm never really going to play. I'm not a big Wii fan, but got Super Mario Bros. Wii. Love that game. It's probably one of my favorite games on Wii. I mean, it's so much fun. Hyrule Warriors. This is a game that I played all the time when I was a kid. Literally all the time. Like every single time I went over to my uncle's house because he had like the game room. And I would sit on that game and just play it all day long. It was so much fun. I love that game. That's why I have it on display right there. Wii U games, I've got Mario Kart 8, Mario Maker, NES Remix. It's all the stuff that you would want on Wii U, I guess you could say. Making our way down even lower on the shelf. We are at the bottom of the shelf now. This is my PlayStation collection. So I've got more stuff over on the other side, but that's like consoles and stuff. I'm really just trying to show my games here today. I've got all my PS4 games here. This is all the stuff that I had from when I was like a little kid. Games I probably had the most fun on was like Just Cause 3. That was a fun game. Uncharted 4. I recently just played that a lot. Need for Speed. This game I played a lot too. This is a fun game. I don't know if you guys have ever played this. A lot of fun. Minecraft, I played a lot of Minecraft on here. Street Fighter, that was about it, I would say. Star Wars Battlefront, I played that a lot when that game came out. I actually surprisingly played that game a lot. That was fun. This is my controller for when I was a little kid. Still have that. I had the box for it too. Over here's my PlayStation 2 collection. I started growing this recently with GTAs. I wanted to try to collect all the GTA games that were ever created, and I'm getting pretty close. I'm just falling into that area where there's some high budget games that I have to try to purchase. I got Gran Turismo, Mortal Kombat, Spider-Man's, Call of Duty, stuff like that. Just, stuff that you kind of gotta have because they're good games. Last but not always least, my Xbox collection. Now, the reason why this is the smallest out of all of them, there's a little bit of a story behind this. I was always a PlayStation guy growing up. Always PlayStation. Everything PlayStation. And then I started kind of getting into the game Forza. And the reason why I got into Forza, I don't know, I just love cars, so I got into Forza. And I got into Forza so much that I bought an Xbox, and I had so much fun with it. So I started collecting Xbox stuff. Kind of went down that route. I also did have an Xbox One when I was a little kid. I had an Xbox One. That didn't go too good for me, which is why I stuck a PlayStation guy. As soon as I got an Xbox, which I got it for Christmas, I would say like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks after getting it, maybe even a week after getting it, it would just randomly shut off. So like you could be watching a movie, you could be playing a video game, and randomly the system would just power straight off. There was nothing you could do. You had to wait and turn it back on. It was like every 30 minutes. I mean, we were watching a movie, we'd be 30 minutes in, power off, everything goes gone. You have to refine your spot and everything. It was the worst thing in the world. We kept trying it out. I know my dad probably sent it back like 3 or 4 times asking for them to fix it, and they tried fixing it, but they just couldn't fix it, which that kind of like did it for me with Xbox. I was just like, that's why I don't like Xbox, because it just doesn't work out right. That's why I only have 2 games here. I literally only have 2 games. I have Forza Horizon 3 and I have Killer Instinct. That's the only 2 games I have. I mean, I have Grand Theft Auto, but I got that later down the road. I don't know why that's in here. This is a PlayStation game. Don't ask me how that got in there. But yeah, these are really the only 2 games I had. I didn't even play Killer Instinct. I think my dad played this. I just played this game a lot. Forza Horizon 3, I had so much fun with this game. Of course, when it didn't turn off randomly. Grand Theft Auto 5 I had to buy because I just got a Xbox. When I got my Xbox recently, the Project Scorpio 1X, Xbox One X, I had to get a Grand Theft Auto for it, so I just bought the physical copy because I don't like supporting digital stuff. I'm not a fan of digital stuff. And that brings us into our older Xbox games, I guess you could say. For Xbox 360, I have Call of Duty Ghost, I have Halo 3, and I have Spider-Man. I have actually 2 copies of Spider-Man for some reason. I have Ride or Die, I have Call of Duty, and I have Mortal Kombat, and I have Halo, because Halo's awesome. I love Halo. And this is actually kind of cool for Xbox 360. This is one of the rarer controllers. This is a Halo controller. I think this controller is so cool. Look at Master Chief on there. Like, it just looks awesome. The battery pack, my dad had to throw away because we opened it up and the batteries were so corroded that he had to throw away the backplate. I kind of wish we would have kept it and kept the backplate, but it was so corroded that it was like awful. So I had to find a new backplate for that, a replacement. As we're on the topic of controllers, let's move over here. This is a Day 1 2013 controller. So you had to pre-order the Xbox One to get this controller that says Day 1 2013 on it. I think this is pretty awesome. Just picked this up recently. Project Scorpio controller for the Xbox One X. This controller I picked up with my Xbox One X and just kept it because it's such a cool controller, and it says right there. It's a rare controller, harder to find. And that's pretty much it for my collection. That is pretty much it for my collection, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys liked the video, looking at my collection. This is my game collection. I didn't really dive into my systems, which I've got a lot of those over there. I kind of did over here because I got, my Game Boys and stuff over here. But my newer systems are on the other side of my room. And maybe I'll make a new video later with my systems and just talking about like some of the rare versions of them, because I'm the type of guy that only buys special edition systems. Most of the time, if I can get my hands on a special edition system, I will always get the special edition system, because we all know that special edition systems have a history of going up in value. That's why I'm not saying once I buy a system brand new, there is barely any shot I'm ever going to resell it, because it's just a piece of history. I mean, I went to the store, bought it brand new. I'm going to keep it most of the time unless it's going to go extremely up in value. I'm most likely, like all the stuff from when I was a kid, never leave my side. And that's about it for the video. Yeah, thank you all for watching. If you guys wanted to ask about this display, picked it up at Walmart recently. Have it in a YouTube short. Other than that, pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Subscribe, please.